first thing I'd say is I don't think be yourself means there's certain types of work which are be yourself and there's certain types which aren't. So some people might look at Pioneers of Change and say it's for people who've left the corporate world and they're all freelancing and doing fun stuff and being social entrepreneurs or running NGOs. And there are a lot of people like that in the Pioneers network, which is an immense strength of the network. But I think you can be yourself working for a big corporate in a fairly traditional position. Organizations are very good at building strong cultures. They do it through how they reward people, how they promote them, what factors they use when deciding who they're going to promote and who they're not. And just living in that environment for 8, 10, 12 hours a day for 5 years molds one into a certain sort of individual. And some of that's good because some of it's about being able to be very effective and use limited resources wisely, and those are skills which the non-corporate world could often do with. But the downside of that is that people think that that is success, that succeeding against those criteria is the only form of success. And they don't take enough time to reflect often on what's really important to them. So for me, be yourself is decide where it is that your values and interests take you, how that links to the bigger picture and what the world needs, and then going ahead and doing it freely and confidently. And the reason why I think that's being yourself is I think if you help people to uncover what their values really are, that's normally it. And if you really work with people's values, or what values they would like to hold, they often realize, actually, if I was being myself, I would be contributing a bit more broadly. I think all of us have a role to play. And a lot of what the world needs is business as usual. And it's business as usual to be done in a different way that improves people's lives more and damages the world less. I said earlier that people who spend 10 hours a day in a corporate get molded because of all the reward, because of what people talk about, because of what people are promoted on, because of the sort of people who are selected. They get molded into a certain way of thinking, and think that is the way of thinking. Hanging out in a network like Pioneers simply provides an alternative way of thinking. So Pioneers is never prescriptive. It's not that sort of, it's a free network. It's a loose network of individuals, and there is no Pioneers line or opinion on things. And I like that about it. Probably do what matters and be yourself. What would spring to mind is the defining characteristics, because any Pioneers evening or learning program or conference that one goes to would be full of people from different sectors of the economy, from different countries, from different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, but they're all people who are actively trying through their work and the way they lead their lives to make an impact and to be themselves, really. The one thing about the Pioneers Network is it has yielded concrete results for me. So for example, some of the facilitation skills and hosting techniques that I use with clients now, I've learned through Pioneers events, and they are fundamentally different to the traditional way that one would tend to have learned in a corporate setting, although many corporates are adopting them too because they work, but they're more life-affirming. And the other tangible benefit is that the business I'm in now, there are 3 of us who are partners in the business, and I know the other 2 through Pioneers. So you might say it's Pioneers business, and I certainly wouldn't be where I am now. I can literally say I wouldn't be where I am now because if it wasn't for Pioneers, because we met that way, but also because the type of thinking that has got me from a more traditional career to the slightly alternative career I'm in now came to me through Pioneers and other settings similar to that. And Pioneers for me is the strongest global setting where people in my sort of age group who are doing this sort of stuff have made that real, have turned it from theory into practice.